Hi guys, so I'm just about to give my machine a little bit of a, well, it's a well overdue clean, and I wouldn't say service, but just a check over, make sure everything's alright. And I thought some of you might be interested in seeing what goes on inside one of these things. So this machine is a Mitsubishi, it's an LU2 410. This is a single needle machine, walking foot, but they did come out the factory with the twin needle option. This also used to be 3-phase and now it's single phase, and it used to have a thread trimmer on it. Well, it's still got the thread trimmer mechanism, which is under here, still got all the solenoids in that it used to have, and the wiring as well. So obviously it needs a clean, it's full of dust, and I need to check the oil. Just like a car, it has a sump with oil in it. To check the oil and clean the sump out as well. It's been well overdue and it's probably filthy inside there, so I'll start by tilting the machine. Well, no, I won't. I'll actually get rid of the thread first. So now I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt the machine back and I'll show you underneath. And this is the sump part, so it has oil in here, and you can see how dirty they get. It's full of bits of thread and fluff and tiny bits of fabric, a bit of Velcro. So yeah, they get full of all sorts. So that's going to need removing, and then once I've removed the sump, I'll clean it out. I'll put some fresh oil in because the oil is very low at the minute, and then I'll put it all back together. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to lift the head of the machine away from the table and place it on this blanket at the back. These are quite heavy, so I'm just got to get it in the right place. So the machine head now is away from the table. So I'll now remove the sump. This here is for the knee lift. So unlike normal domestic machines, you can lift the foot of the machine up via a knee lift, and the knee lift is underneath, and I'll put that back in. So the knee lift pushes up on this part here, which in turn pushes up on this pin here, which then comes out the body of the machine and then is linked across the back via these arms and then down to the foot, and lift the foot. I'll remove that first. So that's out, and the knee lift is here. There we go. So now you can see the size of the motor that's underneath this thing. It's quite a big motor. I'll show you what you can see, what it says on it. But it's a clutch motor. So the motor spins all the time. I'll just turn the motor on. So that's the motor spinning. The paddle releases the clutch. I'll just turn that off. There we go. And it's still spinning. And that'll spin now for quite a while till it slows down by itself. Now I'm going to give it a clean from the top. So if you don't know how fast an industrial sewing machine goes, I'm not sewing anything through it, but I'll just leave the foot up and just let you see how fast that needle goes up and down. So here we go. And it stops instantly. So making industrial sewing machines go slow is very hard. To go fast, not a problem. But to make them go slow is very tricky, and people get used to their own sewing machines. So you can see why it's called a walking foot machine, because needle comes up, the front foot comes up, needle goes down, the front foot starts to come down with it, the needle's in, and then the back foot lifts up and the dogs move, and the front foot moves with the dog backwards and then up again. The dogs start to move forwards, the needle goes up and the foot raises, and then needle's coming down, the dogs are almost stationary, then the foot comes down, moves back with the dogs as the back foot is coming up. So that's all it does, and while that's happening, inside here we have a hook right here. So I'll just show you how the machine actually works. So I'll put a bit of fabric underneath. I've got grey thread on top and burgundy on the bottom, and just do one stitch by hand. So see the grey thread now? The grey thread is getting looped over. So grey thread goes in with the needle. And so the hook that is here, that is coming round now, comes around and it grabs. So it's got the grey thread there, forms a loop over the top of everything, picks up the burgundy thread and makes a stitch, and then it's come around again, and then round it goes, forms another stitch. So if you ever wondered what an industrial sewing machine will actually sew through, this machine was actually designed for leather work. Obviously it'll sew through leather. I sew through 6 layers of leather on a regular basis, but here I've got 12 layers, so they're all about a millimetre thick. I put the biggest needle on that I've got just to give me a better chance, and as long as I can get it underneath the foot, it should sew okay, hopefully. So that's sewn through that quite alright. It didn't really like it, but it went through anyway. Yeah, I would never sew through that many layers of leather, but 6 I would go through on a regular basis. Now, I have in the past sewn through MDF, but only 1 layer. So let's see how well it goes through 1 layer of MDF. So 1 layer of MDF, not a problem. So let's try 2. Two, not a problem. 3, not a problem. 4. Well, I'm quite amazed. I didn't expect it to go through 4 layers of MDF, but it has. Now, I've never sewn through plywood before, so this is a first for me. There we go, quite amazed. Now, I shouldn't really be doing this because I use this machine to make my living, but let's see how it goes. Let's hope I don't break it. And yes, I can sew 2 pieces of plywood together. I don't know when you'd ever use something like that. Well, I'm quite amazed that worked. I didn't expect it to sew through 2 layers of plywood. I didn't actually expect it to sew through 1, but it did. It didn't actually struggle with any of the MDF, went straight through that. And the 12 layers of leather, it is designed for leather, so it should go through leather. But 12 layers, when would you use that? You wouldn't, but it's there if you need it. And same with these, when would you want to sew through wood? But the machine is capable of doing so. So if you found that video useful or just entertaining, please give it the old thumbs up, and I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.